Have you ever met someone who seems to have absurd luck? They meet the right people. They receive opportunities out of nowhere. They find solutions at the last minute. They always seem to be in the right place at the right time. And somehow, life seems to open doors for them more easily. Meanwhile, other people work hard, try, chase after things, do everything right, and still feel like they are always fighting against the tide. And maybe you have already thought, why do some people seem to have so much luck? Were they born that way? Do some people really just attract good things? In recent years, an idea has become very popular on social media, the so-called lucky girl syndrome. The phrase that became famous is simple: everything always works out for me. It seems like a small sentence, but behind it, there is something much deeper than simply repeating pretty words. Because lucky girl syndrome is not just about believing that you are lucky. It is about changing the way you position yourself before reality. It is about no longer entering life expecting rejection, delay, loss, abandonment, and failure, and beginning to operate from a new internal identity. I am someone for whom things can work out, and that changes everything. Not because the universe becomes a machine that instantly fulfills wishes. Not because you will never have problems again. Not because all you have to do is repeat a sentence and stand still waiting for life to change. But because your mind, your body, and your energy begin to search for, perceive, and choose different paths. When a person deeply believes that nothing works out for them, they enter the world already expecting the worst. They interpret delays as proof of failure. They interpret silence as rejection. They interpret difficulty as destiny. They interpret a closed door as confirmation that life is against them. And without realizing it, they begin to act from that identity. They withdraw. They hesitate. They do not ask. They do not show themselves. They do not try again. They sabotage opportunities before they even have time to mature. They do not notice subtle signs, because they are busy looking for proof that everything will go wrong. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine someone who wakes up and, even without knowing exactly how, carries within them the expectation that life can cooperate. This person also faces delays. They also receive no's. They also go through difficult moments. But they do not turn every obstacle into a sentence. They think, maybe this is redirecting me. Maybe there is a solution I cannot see yet. Maybe something better is forming. Maybe this is not the end of the story. And that simple internal state changes the way they move. They try one more time. They talk to someone. They apply. They show up. They accept an opportunity. They send a message. They interpret small signs as possibilities, not threats. And then, from the outside, it looks like luck. But often what we call luck is simply a person who is energetically available to receive. Lucky girl syndrome, when understood maturely, is not arrogance. It is not delusion. It is not denying reality. It is perception training. It is expectation reprogramming. It is identity. It is moving out of the energy of, why does nothing ever work out for me? And beginning to enter the energy of, what if this time it could work out? That question seems simple, but it opens a door, because many people are not blocked only by lack of opportunity. They are blocked because, when opportunity appears, their internal system does not recognize it as safe. Receiving can feel strange. Being chosen can feel uncomfortable. Winning can create guilt. Ease can awaken fear. Being seen can feel dangerous. So the person says they want a better life, but inside, they are still trained to expect loss. And here comes the most important point. Luck does not begin outside. It begins in the pattern you authorize inside. When you repeat, everything always goes wrong for me, you teach your body to live on alert. When you repeat, nothing comes easily, you begin to look for difficulty in everything. When you repeat, I am never chosen, you enter situations already making yourself smaller. But when you begin to repeat, with intention and presence, good things can happen to me too. I am open to receiving. I allow life to surprise me in positive ways. I am guided toward the best possibilities. I can be seen, chosen, and supported. You begin to create another internal field. At first, it may feel false, and that is okay, because you are not trying to deceive reality. You are teaching your system to stop always expecting the worst. It is like adjusting an antenna. Before, you were tuned into threat. Now, you begin to tune into possibility. And when your perception changes, your choices change. When your choices change, your results begin to change. But there is an important caution. Lucky girl syndrome should not be used to deny pain, injustice, inequality, or responsibility. It is not about looking at someone who is suffering and saying, "You are just not thinking positively." That would be cruel and superficial. The mature version of this practice is different. It is saying, even though I have lived through difficult things, I do not need to keep identifying only with difficulty. Even though my story has had losses, I can begin to expect new possibilities. Even though I am afraid, I can train my body to receive good things without panicking. This is very different from toxic positivity. Toxic positivity says, pretend everything is fine. Awareness says, I see what happened, but I will not let it be the only script of my life. The lucky girl is not the person who never suffers. She is the person who does not hand her identity over to suffering. She does not say, I will never have problems. She says, even when something happens, I believe there is a way out, protection, a solution, or a redirection. And that creates resilience. It creates openness. It creates presence. It creates movement. So how do you practice this in a real way? First, observe the phrase you repeat most about your life. It may be, I never have luck. Nothing comes easily. I always get screwed. Good things never last. Everything is harder for me. That sentence is a program. And if it has become a program, it may be filtering everything you see. Second, choose a new phrase, but not an exaggerated one that your body rejects. Instead of starting with, I'm a millionaire and everything is perfect, start with something that creates space. Good things can happen to me. I am learning to receive with more ease. I allow life to surprise me. I am available for good opportunities. I can be a person for whom things work out. Third, look for small evidence. The mind needs proof. So during the day, notice any sign of support. A message that arrived at the right time. An idea that appeared. A small solution. A discount. A conversation. A response. A delay that prevented something worse. A door that closed and later made sense. Do not dismiss the small things. The identity of luck is built with repeated small evidence. Fourth, act like someone who believes things can work out. Send the message. Apply. Post the content. Ask for the information. Accept the invitation. Show your work. Organize your financial life. Take care of your appearance, your energy, your space. Not because you are trying to prove something, but because you are becoming compatible with the version of you that receives more. Fifth, before sleeping, repeat the phrase as a gentle command to your field. Everything is organizing in my favor. I am guided toward good possibilities. I receive with ease, safety, and gratitude. Good things happen to me in ways I cannot even predict. And then let go. Do not desperately search for the result. Luck does not bloom in obsession. It blooms in openness. Starting today, begin to pay attention. Do you live expecting things to go wrong? Or do you allow life to go right? Do you enter places trying to protect yourself? Or do you enter available to receive? Do you identify more with struggle or with possibility? Because maybe luck is not something some people have and others do not. Maybe luck is, in part, an identity you learn to sustain, a frequency, an internal state, a repeated decision, the decision to stop presenting yourself to life as someone who always loses, and to begin moving as someone who can also be chosen, guided, helped, and surprised. The lucky girl does not wait for a perfect life. She changes the way she walks inside real life. She does not deny difficulty, but she also does not turn difficulty into destiny. She does not control everything, but she trusts that she can be guided. She does not stay still. She acts with openness. And maybe that is what makes life begin to respond differently. So today, for 7 days, do this experiment. Every morning, say, good things happen to me. During the day, look for 3 small pieces of evidence that life cooperated with you. And before sleeping, say, I receive with safety. I am guided toward good possibilities. Everything is organizing in my favor. Do this for 7 days, not as a superstition, but as identity training, an adjustment of perception, a new conversation with your reality. And if something begins to change, even if it is small, do not call it a coincidence too quickly. Maybe it is your field learning a new language. Maybe it is your body no longer rejecting the good, Maybe it is your mind beginning to look for doors instead of walls. Maybe it is you becoming, little by little, the person who believes that life can also open paths. If this message made sense to you, subscribe to the channel to receive more content about manifestation, energy, prosperity, love, and inner transformation. And write in the comments, "Good things happen to me," because maybe this is the first sentence of a new reality.